Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Today we are going to do another end of year video. I'm going to talk about my favorite purchases of 2020 and I'm going to share both high-end and drugstore favorites. So in each category I have few products which I think are really good, and that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. So if you guys are interested to find out which are my top favorite purchases of the year, then do continue watching. Okay guys, let's get started with the video. So this was the year 2020, very different year for us, and we were in our homes for many months, and because of that I think I did a lot of online shopping, things which made me feel happy. I did go ahead and purchase them. So I have a huge list of products which I've purchased this year, and many of them are high-end products this year because we were doing online shopping. So I purchased a lot from Sephora, Beautylish, Cult Beauty, Beauty Bay, and these retailers do carry mainly high-end stuff, but I did also purchase some drugstore products. I'm going to share both in the high-end and the drugstore category, but I will be very honest, not too much drugstore by this year. Okay, so let's quickly get started with the video. I will be going in the order in which I apply my makeup. So let's start off with primer, and I have bought two primers this year. I think both are high-end-ish kind of primers, and out of them my favorite primer is this one, the Benefit Hydrating Primer. This is a Porefessional Hydrating Primer. This also actually I purchased last year, but I've actually started using this one this year a lot, so that's why I'm mentioning this. Love this primer. It does the job of pore filling, very light pore filling, not too much. Doesn't feel very silicone-y, and at the same time it's very hydrating as well. It feels like a pore filling moisturizer kind of a product, so I really like it. Love how the makeup goes on this primer. I didn't purchase any drugstore primer this year, okay, so I don't have any drugstore one. Okay, let's move on to foundation. I have tried 9 foundations this year. I think I thought maybe I tried more, but no, it's just 9 foundations, and I think out of the 9, my favorite one from the high-end category is this one, the NARS Soft Matte Foundation. Loving this foundation so much. I have the shade Tahoe, which I am wearing on my skin today. I think this is a really good match for me. I love the finish of this foundation. Very long wearing, gives a soft matte finish, doesn't really transfer that much onto the mask as well, which is very important nowadays. And I think most of the base makeup products which you're going to see are in the soft matte or matte category because of the times which we are in. And I think otherwise also I will really like this foundation. It gives a smooth finish, very nice coverage, doesn't feel uncomfortable. That's the best part. Since I have dry skin, the matte foundations need to be comfortable on my skin. That's this one gives. So definitely love this foundation. I have a full review video on this, so do check out that video for more information. And the drugstore one which I love is a very similar foundation, the Milani Screen Queen Foundation. I have the shade 400 Toasted Chai. On this one also I have a video. This also gives a very natural finish. The coverage is good, not as matte as the NARS one, but this is also very long wearing on the skin, and it looks beautiful as well. Very natural finish. This one also I have a video on, so do check out the video for more information. But loving this Milani Screen Queen Foundation. I don't want to go too much into the review and details of the product because otherwise the video is going to get too long. I think I have videos on almost all the products I'm going to mention today. Honorable mention which I want to give, this is not a liquid foundation, this is a stick foundation, the Hoola Beauty Stick Foundation. This also I am enjoying thoroughly. This is also a very long wearing foundation, gives a nice coverage. The shade match which I've got is Toffee 420G, which is a very good match for me, and this is also a soft matte kind of finish. This one also doesn't transfer that much onto the mask, but transfers more than the NARS one. NARS one I think is the least, but this also gives a very beautiful natural finish. So loving this one. With the Hoola Beauty Foundation Stick also I have a video, a get ready with me. You can check out that video where I have spoken more about this foundation. But yeah, I'm really liking it, and even though I have dry skin, this is very comfortable on me, and this is in fact waterproof even. so it's like super long wearing. It just looks very nice throughout the wear of the foundation. Let's move on to concealer now. Okay, so I have everything listed down here, by the way, that's why I'm looking down. So I have tried 8 concealers, and out of the, oh, that's a lot. Okay, out of the 8 concealers, I think I have tried a lot of high-end concealers, and there are some high-end favorites, but I think I'll mention just one. That's the Pat McGrath concealer. I love the consistency and the finish of this concealer, and I like how it feels on the skin. It's very lightweight, but still gives a very nice coverage, very nice finish. It's very pigmented, so it a little bit goes a long way, but it doesn't feel heavy or cakey. So definitely try out this Pat McGrath concealer. I have the shade M18, which is a very good match for me. I can use it even for concealing and for highlighting a little bit. It's not too light for my skin tone, so I can't use it for like extreme highlighting, but for covering up some shadows around the eye area, this is great. Okay, so loving the Pat McGrath concealer. It's one of the best ones I have tried so far. And in the drugstore one, I have this one. This is also really pretty concealer, the L'Oreal Infallible Fullwear concealer. I have the shade Almond, which is a little bit light for my skin tone, so I use it as a highlighting concealer, and as a highlighting concealer it looks beautiful. Today also I'm wearing it under my eyes. It just brightens up and it gives such a beautiful finish. It's not heavy, but still it has a pretty good coverage. It just lightens up this eye area, brightens it up. So I love the consistency of this concealer as well. It's not like a soft matte kind of a finish, not too dewy, not too matte, a very natural finish one. So loving this. Although the shade Almond I think is the last one which I can get here at the drugstore. I'm pretty sure there are other shades in this concealer as well, but I have got the last one, which is Almond. I would like to get a deeper shade for actual correction and concealing, but anyways, for now I'm loving that shade. Okay, next I have powders. For powders, I have tried 3 powders, and out of that I have listed so this is like loose powders, pressed powders, any kind of powders, all clubbed in one category. Okay, so for high-end, I have the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder in the shade Honey. So I got a new shade this year, Honey. So this has a little bit of a warmer tone, a little yellowness to it, so I think it suits my skin tone a little bit better, especially for around the whole face. This one works out much better than the translucent one. The translucent one, although it's not very obvious, but if applied too much, it can give sort of like a ashy feel to the face, especially for my skin tone. So I think this one works a little bit better, just a little bit. Okay, so if you want to see the difference between the translucent and the Honey, I do have a video on them, so you can check out that video. Otherwise, love this formulation. Very smooth, very finely milled, and it just blends really nicely. It doesn't cake up, it doesn't look like you're wearing too much powder. So yeah, that's my pick for high-end. Actually, for high-end also I didn't try too many powders. Just the other one is the Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder. That one is also pretty nice, but I think I prefer this one for setting my entire face. And I have the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the drugstore category. Love Maybelline Fit Me powders. I think this is my 3rd one or 4th one. I have used them for years, and this is sort of in a new packaging. I don't know if the formulation is new, but the formulation feels pretty similar. Very smooth, goes and sets the makeup very nicely, and it's very good for everyday use. So this is a drugstore powder. I have the shade Warm Nude, and it's a really good shade match for me. I can use it to set it under the eyes and also lightly around the face as well. Works out great. Okay, so those are the base makeup products I have purchased this year, which I have loved. I haven't purchased any setting spray, so I'm not mentioning any. Okay, let's move on to some colored makeup products. Okay, shall we do eyes first or the base makeup first? Okay, let's just continue with the face. We will do the face first, and at the end I'll show you the eye makeup products. Okay, so for bronzer and contour, that's the next step I have after applying the powder. For bronzer and contour, I didn't really purchase any new products. I have purchased contour palette, which is sort of for my makeup kit. So that is okay. I didn't find anything extraordinary. It's pretty nice. It's from Iconic London. So yeah, nothing too extraordinary I purchased. And bronzer also, I haven't really purchased any bronzer this year. I have purchased this one just recently, which I haven't used so far. This one is from BH Cosmetics, the contour and bronzing palette. This is the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro palette. This is supposed to be pretty good, so I will use this one and we will see how it goes. But still, since I haven't used it, I am not mentioning. Let's go on to blushes. Okay. Okay, for blushes, I think I have bought 3 blushes this year. Just 3, I know. Everything goes into eyeshadow palettes, guys. Seriously, I mean, that's what I purchase the most. Anyways, for blushes, I purchased 3. Out of the 3, my favorite high-end one is the Laura Mercier Peach Blush, which I purchased pretty recently. Love the formulation of these blushes. This is how the peach blush looks like. It is a really pretty peachy pink sort of a color with a golden sort of sheen. It's very subtle on my skin tone, so it's perfect for everyday. So if you are looking for a very pigmented peachy blush and you're close to my skin tone, don't go for this because it's pretty subtle. You have to build up and it gives a very subtle sheen. But I love it. It looks like a peachy sheen, a peachy highlight sort of a look. Okay, so I will wear it in one of my videos and show you guys. But I really love this one. And the drugstore one is this from Milani. This is a coral blush, and this is how this one looks like. Look at the pattern, it's so pretty. I love that there is sort of like a shiny side here, and there are 3 blush shades. I just usually just swirl around, especially in this area. If I want some glow, then I take this one too. But I love how it looks on my skin tone. Love the tones. This is what I have on my face today. The highlighter is different, but I've used the blush shades from this pan and applied. If I have to just quickly compare both of the blushes, so here are both the blush shades. Okay, so this is more peach, this is more coral pink, and the tones are very different. Okay, so if you like coral blushes, you can go for this one, and for a subtle peachy sheen, you can go for this. Okay, so I love peach blushes, I love coral blushes, so very happy with both of these purchases. Next we have highlighters, and I have purchased 3 highlighters this year. Don't have a drugstore highlighter favorite because the one I purchased, I didn't really like it too much. It's from Milani. The high-end highlighter which I purchased, which I love, is this one from Jouer. This also I purchased pretty recently. I've had this my eyes on this for a really long time, and recently on Beauty Bay it was on sale, so I just quickly grabbed it. This is the shade Tan Lines. It's a powder highlighter. Love this shade. I have 2 other shades, but I think this one works very well for me. I think this one I like a little bit better than the other shades. I have this highlighter on today. It's so smooth and beautiful on my skin tone. It just blends with my skin and looks mesmerizing. This has very fine shimmer particles in it though. If you don't like shimmer in your highlighter, this one does have. But the shimmer is not very out there. It will be only seen in very specific lighting. If you go in low lights, then that shimmer will be seen, but I don't mind it because the shimmer looks really pretty, and it's not too much. It's just very fine. So you can say that it's almost like a shimmer free kind of a formula, but yes, in sunlight, in low lights, you will see the shimmer, but in regular lighting that will not be visible too much. So that's what I have. Loving this highlighter. I'm so glad I picked this one up. I just paid I think $20 or something for this, 20 Singapore dollars. So I'm super happy about it. And I have purchased face palettes as well, which I will mention. Okay, so I have purchased 3 face palettes also this year. Out of that, I think I just love the drugstore ones I have purchased. So this one is the one which I would like to mention first, the Makeup Revolution one. This is the Blush Burst palette from Roxy. It's a beautiful blush palette, and this was a big reason I didn't really purchase any more blushes, because the blushes in this are so beautiful. You get a lot of tones, the lighter tones, the deeper tones here. You can mix and match. Love the reds, pinks, coral, pinks, peaches. Very, very beautiful formulation and love the quality. So this is definitely a favorite. And recently I purchased this, and I think this one will make it in my next year favorite because this looks beautiful. I haven't really used it though. This is a BH Cosmetics Chocolate Cherry Truffle palette, and look at the blush shades in here. So pretty. These are the blushes. Love the pattern on them, and I love that this blush palette has a mirror too, and it's super affordable blush palette. So I have a very strong feeling that this is going to be a really good blush palette. I don't feel like touching the pattern now, but yeah, I am going to do a video on this on my palette channel. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Now let's go on to the eye product favorites. I think let's start off with two products which I want to mention, which I have tried this year and they are amazing. First one is the Too Faced Glitter Glue. I love sparkles. I love eyeshadows which have a lot of sparkles, or not glitter exactly but sparkles, very fine glitter. So for those kind of eyeshadows to prevent fallout, I love this glitter glue, the glitter shadow primer from Too Faced. It just it doesn't feel very sticky, it doesn't feel very gluey or heavy. It just dries down to a very nice finish, and you can apply your eyeshadow. The eyeshadow is not going to budge, and it holds the eyeshadow for the entire wear. You will not have any kind of glitter fallout. So loving the texture and how non-gluey glue it is. It's very comfortable to wear. So this one is a definite hit this year. And this one I have to mention, the Huda Beauty Lash Glue. I think I'm almost out of it. I will buy a second tube of it very soon. This is a little bit pricey, but I think it's totally worth it. It's one of the best lash glues I have tried, and I've tried about 4 or 5 lash glues. I think this one just holds the lashes so nicely, so comfortably. The texture is a little bit liquidy at first. This is how the texture feels like. It's a little bit liquidy, but it when you apply it on the lash glue, it just gives you that perfect amount of time for it to dry. Okay, you don't have to hold on for too long, or you don't have, it doesn't dry out too fast. I think it's perfect. In about 10 to 15 seconds it's almost tacky, not even very tacky, it's still liquidy, but it holds on to the eyelid very well. You just adhere the lashes here and it just gets stuck. I don't know what's different about this formula. This applies all of my lashes so beautifully, so easily, and this one is black in color, so it meshes with the eyeliner and it doesn't get all gluey. Most of the time I have a black eyeliner on, so it kind of gels with it and it doesn't look odd. So I really love that, and the taking off the lashes is very easy as well. This one doesn't pull out my lashes. Maybe just a couple of times it has happened. It doesn't pull out my lashes. The lash glue stays with the lashes, and when I pull out my lashes, it comes out clean. It's very clean. My lashes are clean. There is no glue stuck anywhere, and the glue is stuck to the lashes only. Okay, so that's very convenient, very easy to use, and it's very comfortable. I have loved this Huda Beauty lash glue, and I will definitely recommend it. It's a really nice lash glue. Okay, next I have eyebrows. For eyebrows, it was kind of a interesting year for me. I didn't really buy too many eye pencils, and whatever I purchased, those were repurchases. I found a palette which I love. Okay, so this is the Benefit Brow Zing palette in the shade medium deep. Okay, and this is just perfect for my brow hairs, and this is what I usually use these days, and I'm loving it. Okay, so this is how this one comes in. There are 2 waxes. One is a clear wax and 2 colors, so there are 3 waxes in total, and 4 powders. The powders are also really good for my kind of brow hairs. You can get a lot of dimension if you use 2-3 colors. You get 2 double-ended brushes, so it's a very compact, easy to use eyebrow palette. I can't believe I didn't have it earlier, because now I can't stop using it. It's super convenient. I have done a full video on this on my other channel, so I will leave it in the description box. You can go ahead and check out my video where I have done a demo and full details. Excellent. This is an excellent brow palette. Okay, next we have eyeliner. So I think I have tried about 9 to 10 eyeliners this year, And I just want to mention the black ones. There are some colored ones too, but I think I'll do separate videos on colored eyeliners. For black ones, now this is all liquid, pencil, every kind of eyeliners, so just mentioning it all in one category. So for high-end, I have the Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner. Oh my god, where was this eyeliner all my life? This is so amazing. This is very close to the Mistine black eyeliner, the drugstore one, which I love. This is, I think Mistine one is a dupe of this, because this is also super black and super like the formulation is very liquidy, but it's not runny or anything like that, but very nice and liquidy and pigmented. It goes on without skipping, and I love how the color is so pigmented. I'll just show you. Look at this. It's just super fine as well, the tip, and it's so easy to apply the eyeliner, and you can get your eyeliner as thin as you want and as thick as you want, because the point on this eyeliner is very precise. It's a very fine tip, okay, and there is never any skipping. It's a brush tip eyeliner, maybe because of that. I think sometimes those sponge tip eyeliners can cause some skipping. With brush tips, I have never faced any kind of skipping, and this one goes amazingly well on eyeshadows, any shimmery eyeshadows. Sometimes some eyeliners don't go as pigmented on shimmery ones. This one, no problem at all. So I think this is going to be my favorite eyeliner for a while now. I think I will repurchase this definitely, the Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner. And for drugstore, I want to mention a kajal, a very super pigmented kajal, which I have used. This one is from Color Bar. It's a Scandal kajal, and I've got the shade Black Lingerie 001. Super pigmented. I love these kind of chubby stick kind of kajals, and this is also really nicely pigmented, very smooth. Look at that pigmentation. Ultra pigmented kajal, very smooth, and it doesn't like there's no skipping or anything like that. Just no tugging, no pulling. Very smooth formulation, and in spite of that, it's very pigmented and it doesn't budge too much. It's possible to smudge the kajal a little bit if you are in for that look, that smoky coal look or something like that. You can do that with this one, but it's not going to smudge around too much once it's set. Okay, so I'm really liking this kajal too. So there are two eyeliner favorites or kajal eye product favorites of this year: the Urban Decay Perversion liner and the Color Bar kajal. Okay, next I think mascaras. How many mascaras did I try? I think I tried 3 mascaras, and I have that video up where I have tried those 3 mascaras, and those are the 3 mascaras I purchased this year. All of them are nothing extraordinary, so I'm not mentioning any one of them. One was from Pat McGrath, one was Hourglass, and one was NARS. You can go ahead and check out the video. I think the NARS one is still a little bit better, but I don't think they are like better than my Benefit Bad Gal Bang or Essence Lash Princess or Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir or say the, I don't know, It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. Okay, so that's why I'm not mentioning any. The mascara which I'm using very frequently these days, and I'm loving actually, is this one, which is from last year. I purchased the Sumptuous Extreme Mascara. I've started using it this year, and I really like it. It's very everyday friendly. It's not too voluminous, but it's a nice lengthening, very defining mascara. I love the formulation, that it's not very liquidy, very runny, nor it's too like thick and drying. It gives the perfect amount of time for you to coat your lashes, maybe 2-3 times. Still it doesn't dry out, so there is no clumping, and the lashes look really pretty. So liking this one too, but this is also not a favorite, but the most favorite mascara of this year is probably this one, the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme Mascara, which I have started using this year. Okay, so just wanted to mention. Just 2 more categories. Eyeshadow Primer. There are just 2 eyeshadow primers I've tried this year, so, and I think both of them I like. So I just mentioned, I think I like this one a little bit better, the ABH Eye Primer. Now this one has like a white, not a white actually, a creamy sort of a base. This is how the ABH Primer is, and it's very pigmented base. It blends very nicely on the eyes, and it gives a very smooth, like a whitish creamy sort of a layer on the eyes, and it's very smooth. There is no skipping, there is no flaking, it doesn't cling onto dry patches or anything like that. It's very nice formulation, and you get a base like this. So it's a very good primer for like colored eyeshadows. I think it works great because the colors pop really nicely on the eyes, and this is drying as well, self-drying, and it sets pretty quickly, so you don't have to wait around too much. So liking this ABH primer a lot. And the other one which I've bought recently, I haven't used it that much, but still I'll mention because I think it's okay, it's pretty good so far. The Milani eyeshadow primer, I think this is also really nice. This has a similar kind of a color like the ABH one, but it doesn't have that creamy base to it. It sets pretty clearly, okay, so it doesn't have that white base, but it sets pretty quickly, this one too, and it gives a nice tacky feel to it. The ABH one is not very tacky, but still all the eyeshadows go on very nicely on it, and matte eyeshadows also work very nicely. For this one, you have to like set this one if you want to use matte eyeshadows. For any kind of shimmer or like those kind of textures, this will work great, okay. So both are different kind of eyeshadow primers which I have purchased this year. Both I like for different purposes. So yeah, just quickly want to mention these two. Next I have eyeshadow palettes. Okay, I think I will do a separate video for eyeshadow palettes, top 10 eyeshadow palettes of 2010, I mean 2020, on my other channel. So do keep your subscription on for that channel. But in today's video, I just want to mention just one palette in each category, okay. So I think my favorite one from the high-end one is the Pat McGrath Subversive palette. This was a year when I purchased Pat McGrath bigger palettes, so it was a very special year for me, and the best one which I think I purchased this year was the Subversive palette. And I love this palette so much. This is how it looks like. You get some neutrals, so it's a very everyday kind of palette for me especially. It has like these kind of shades, especially this row is very everyday friendly for me. I love to use this kind of like light shimmery metallic brown sort of a color, like a plummy brown, deeper brown shade for the outer V. You have a purple, I can wear purple anytime. And sometimes I'll just use this on the entire lid and top it with a pink right here or this blue. So I just love how versatile this palette is for me for everyday, okay. Even on an everyday basis I can use this palette. And nowadays, since we are just in masks, I love to do some colors on the eyes. So for that, this palette comes in very handy, and I love these duochrome colors in here. The quality is just amazing. The duochrome shadows especially, they are super glittery and they just have something about them, super reflective, and they just look so pretty on the eyes. Love that it has all sort of colors: purple, blue, olives, black, brown, rose gold, pink. It has every kind of tones which I love. So this is like my dream palette kind of a situation, so that's why I picked this one. This is like one of my favorite purchases of the year. And in the drugstore also I love this one. Although I have purchased a lot of drugstore palettes towards the end of the year, but this one is something which I used quite a lot. So this is the NYX Ultimate Utopia palette, and this is how this one looks like. This doesn't look like too much, but trust me, these last 8 shades, they are just so pretty. Also here, this one, this is like a duochromatic shade. It's very nice for everyday as well. These pinks are also nice. So in fact the whole palette, but I love these, like these 8 shades. They are so different, very cool tone colors, very different, very unique, and they look so pretty on the eyes. Especially these 2 shades, this blues, then this green also, along with this one, green and the brown. If you look a very quick eye look, they give just a very subtle sparkle and sheen on the eyes as well. This is a green eyeshadow, but it has a little bit of sparkle, so it looks so pretty. Same goes for this blue color. So these are very different kind of shades which I've used in drugstore palettes, and they work great on my skin tone. So that's the reason I wanted to mention this one, NYX Utopia palette. If you want to try something different from NYX, you can try this one. This is a really nice palette. And I think I have a lot of other palettes which I want to mention, that I will mention in another video. I think this year I have purchased about 35 to 40 eyeshadow palettes, if I'm not wrong. Probably more than that also, I don't know, but yeah, it should be around the 35 range. Okay, so for that I will do a separate video. And another video which I will do separately is that for lipsticks. Lipsticks I'm not showing in this video. I can't show one high-end lipstick favorite and one high-end drugstore lipstick favorite. It's going to be very difficult for me. So like every year I will do 20 favorite lipsticks of 2020. This year I should definitely do it because it's 2020. So I will definitely do 20 lipstick favorites of 2020. I have done it previous year, and even year before that I have done the same video. So this is kind of like a tradition here now, so I will definitely do that. And yeah, that video will be up soon, so stay tuned. And with that, I think I have come to the end of today's video. I have mentioned all of my favorites. Do let me know which one was that one favorite product you purchased this year. It was a very different year for all of us, but still I hope you also have some favorite which you have purchased this year. Do let me know. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, then please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you are new here and you're watching me for the first time, I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel. I have another channel for palette reviews. Subscribe to that one as well. Thank you so much for watching me today. I will see you guys really soon in my next video. Bye.